Greetings, pro wrestling fans, and thank you for joining us at the Pro Wrestling LookBack Podcast. I'm Nick, and I'm sitting here with...
Only one younger.
Oh, he's got a new name.
Ooh,
That's a shout out to Donovan.
It's the Thrill, Cecil O'Neill, also known as Will.
There he is, Will. This has kind of been a regular occurrence lately. You've been joining us for some lookbacks, for some roundtables.
Yeah.
Starting to become more of a regular. We'll see how this goes.
One day it'll all be mine.
How's your brother Titus doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah, he's doing good?
Yeah.
That's good.
Well,
We're like Devon and Bubba.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just breaking kayfabe right now, but...
yeah. Thanks for checking out the Pro Wrestling LookBack Podcast, guys. This is the roundtable, as you probably know. This is episode 20.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, eh?
Wow.
The big 2-0.
Episode 41, I think, of our total videos on YouTube, so that's pretty cool. Don't forget to check us out on Instagram and Twitter as well, guys, at PWLookBack on both of those. If you're listening on iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, or YouTube, we appreciate that. You can check us out on all those platforms. Send us an email, prowrestlinglookback@gmail.com if you want to get in contact with us, or send us a DM, Twitter, Instagram, that works as well. And check out the website as well if you want, prowrestlinglookback.wordpress.com. Anything else, just send us an email, get at us, let us know. If you want, follow me on Twitter as well, at Salsa, SCELSA.
Mine is at ZJVY93.
At Lateral G, LATERELG.
Yeah, don't forget to give us a follow on all that stuff. And yeah, thanks for tuning into the Pro Wrestling LookBack Podcast. But we'll get right to it. We might get a call from Donovan later. So if Donovan gets interjected into the conversation at some point, then Donovan gets interjected into the conversation at some point. So be ready for that.
It trips me out in the beginning because usually he's second.
Yeah,
so talk, eh?
There you go.
I'm not used to it.
You got to be second.
Yeah, I got to be second this time. Nice.
And yeah, I pointed it out to you guys before. If he makes it on, then it'll be different. But if not, I thought it was kind of weird, random, trippy that he ended up not being on episode 10 and 20, kind of like milestone episodes. But
yeah, he's definitely going to be off 30 for sure, and 40.
I think we'll see. But
just
like
retires
I said,
by 100.
Let's make it. Hey, if we make it to 100, I'll be happy.
For sure.
I mean, I don't plan on stopping, but. You know how shit happens. We'll see.
One a day. Let's crank him out.
One a day. I might have to quit my job. You guys might have to start paying me if you want one a day. Let me know. I'll start a Patreon. We can do all that stuff. But until that happens, we're here. This is the round table. We talk about pretty much anything we want in the week of pro wrestling.
Fuck yeah.
Last week I cleared the table and filled it full of independent wrestling for you guys.
That's right, Will. Shout out to Will. Shout out to Will and Young.
Yeah, Will and Younger, the indie boys.
Fucking right.
But this week I want to get back to Raw and SmackDown a little bit. I think they were really good episodes this week as well. And anybody that's interested in non-WWE stuff, we will get to that after. But we'll see what we get up to in an hour of the Pro Wrestling LookBack Podcast. I think I've said that like 7 times since the intro, so sorry to anybody for the repetition. I don't know where to start. I'm going to start with Raw, but I'm just going to say something. I'm going to pick one of these topics. I don't know. Okay. How about we'll just get to it. How about Fin Balor fighting Brock Lesnar at Royal Rumble?
About goddamn time.
You think so?
I bet. Way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, they wanted to sell tickets. This is the match you need. Like, you have this natural storyline with Finn being the first ever Universal Champion, and he never gets his title shot again after he loses it.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good point, but I'll shout out Donovan, and he'll bring this up later if we get back talking about this again. But if we are looking back, like we do at the Look Back, he did get his title shot. Roman offered him a shot after Roman won the belt SummerSlam. It's not that I don't disagree with you. I like the fact that they kind of came full circle on that, and Vince is giving him a shot, not necessarily Roman being the good guy putting the title on the line. My biggest thing is, yes, he's getting a shot, but it's at a pay-per-view. It's not on Monday Night Raw against Roman Reigns when we all kind of know that Roman's not going to drop the belt to Balor on Monday Night Raw. But I mean, obviously anybody who watched Raw knows he competed against Jinder Mahal in a one-on-one match. Obviously he won that. He gets himself into a fatal four-way with Baron Corbin, of all people, John Cena, and Bobby Lashley. No, Bobby Lashley was later. We'll talk
Drew
about
McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre, yes. I can't believe I forgot that. But so he wins that, and now he's replacing Braun Strowman, which obviously we'll get to when we talk about Raw in the match. What do you think, Younger? Is this something you're interested in seeing? Now, are you more inclined to be excited to watch this Universal title match now with Finn Balor than you were, before with Braun Strowman?
Yeah, he can go both ways, I guess, because I think Braun should have. Had the belt for at least the last 5 or 6 months. Like he should have got it 5 or 6 months ago.
Oh, that's
sorry. That's what I mean.
Well, that's kind of
mean.
Yeah,
but
because he was red hot.
Of course, and they were pushing him like crazy. They had like the most camera time.
He's
I think
flipping ambulances.
Flipping the ambulances, and fire trucks and shit, and what else? Well, it wasn't a fire truck, but an ambulance and stuff too, right?
Tearing down scaffolding.
The ambulance. What else did he? A limo, not ambulance,
Yeah,
limo.
The limo now.
But I don't know. Finn in general, I think he does deserve it. I think it's just like I agree with Will saying too. I think he still deserves his title shot. If you wanted to break it down, Nick, then yes, that technically did happen.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, I did talk about how it was just on Raw, and it was Roman who was the one giving him the shot, not necessarily the quote unquote company.
that's right. Yeah, the authority.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yes.
they're gone.
Yes, no, that's right. No,
They're here now.
They're saying that. Yeah. But yeah, I think Finn deserves it. I'm going to be really intrigued to watch the match. It wasn't like I wasn't going to be interested with Braun before because I think no matter what, I think this is when Brock's losing. I think Brock was going to lose anyways against
Really?
Braun.
Really?
Yeah, I think this is when he loses. I really do.
I want to say you're right, but my mind says Lesnar is Mania money.
That's what I mean. Well, he might lose and then fight up Mania.
Who? Lesnar?
Yeah.
Without a belt, you mean? Fight at Mania without no belt.
Without a belt or
Challenging.
challenge for a belt. No matter what.
Challenging. Ooh, I don't think so. There's a multitude of different roads we can go down right now.
Because different storylines could pop up
but
too.
As far as my opinion goes, I don't think he's losing that belt till Mania.
Until Mania, eh? Okay.
So no offense to Balor, but I don't think he got much of a shot. And I kind of wanted to wait for Donovan to be here for this, but fuck it. I don't think this is the time for Balor. Like, they didn't... What's he done for the last 3 months that all of a sudden he can just win this match and, like, build people... You guys know. You've watched wrestling outside of WWE.
They've started a push, but I get what you're saying. But they started that push in like the past.
Well,
3
Triple H and
weeks.
them did say this. It's about the people now, man. And
I guess you're right. They have to
want
change
say
shit
it.
now, and
Yeah.
then they can't really go back in time and change what's...
They say that...
I just think he should have... Like, look at Drew... The way they've treated Drew McIntyre
Yes.
in the last 2 months.
Yeah.
To me, watching that match, it was almost like, this is not only the guy who I think is going to win, this is the guy that should win.
Let me throw you this idea. Finn wins at the Rumble. McIntyre wins the Rumble. Finn versus McIntyre, the main event of Mania.
Careful with your main event words, but
yeah.
In the title match for the Universal title at WrestleMania.
Which do you think would sell more tickets? Drew versus Brock or Finn versus Brock?
Well, definitely Finn versus Brock. I mean
Finn
because they're gonna go. But they're gonna go.
Finn versus.
They're gonna go babyface versus heel. They're not gonna do heel versus heel in my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Brock's considered a heel in my
unless
eyes.
they
so
turn Drew, which I don't want them to do.
Or they pick Seth to win.
Well, I said that to Younger earlier this week, that I think the realistic picks for the Royal Rumble is probably Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre. But I don't know. I guess we can maybe move on from the whole Balor opportunity, unless there was anything else you guys wanted to say about that.
No, not at all. No.
Okay. Well, I mean, we can segue perfectly into Braun because we mentioned him a little bit.
Okay.
So him and Vince interacting on Raw. Did you guys enjoy Vince's appearance this week?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's nice to see. It's nice to see him back on Raw. Actually seeing him on Raw again and stuff too. Actually seeing his face on camera. So, yeah, I enjoyed it. Very random. Very random.
Yeah.
What's going on with Braun?
Well, what do you think? We talked about this a little bit before we hit record. Why do you think he's not in this match anymore?
That's what I mean. Don't know.
Well,
is it an injury or is it
don't.
lack of confidence?
I think Nick and I had the same idea with that. They didn't want Braun losing 3 matches in a row to Lesnar and losing his heat.
Yeah.
And I believe there were some stories that came out that supported that.
As well as they probably didn't want to put the title on Braun right now.
Do you think he's winning the Rumble?
Braun?
Yeah.
I hope so. Not. I mean, we both gave
me and Donovan talked about that today, or earlier today.
Yeah.
And that's what he thinks too. He thinks that Braun might win.
Yeah, I mean, we'll let him get his pick when he gets on, but
he has an actual pick, but he goes, if it's not that, then it's probably Braun. I was like, ooh. I forget what his actual pick was, though.
For sure.
I'll admit it's not. I don't see it being out of the realm of possibility, but at the same time, I don't feel like no one wants really Braun to win. They only pick. I feel like people are picking wrong because, like, well, it makes sense that they want Braun to win, but at the same time, it's like, who would you rather win?
I think it's just about time they get the belt off Lesnar. Yeah. That's my opinion.
Yeah, and that already happened,
agree.
right? Like, we weren't anticipating Roman to be coming out on Raw with cancer and vacating the belt. And I think they just put it back on Brock because they didn't really know where else to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they didn't have a storyline. Boom. And then...
You know what I mean? And
plus, Brock knew he wasn't allowed to fight in MMA yet, though, too, because he still has to pay fines and still has to do his
Exactly.
due.
But what they've done with Braun since Roman has been, left with cancer, we can't speak for. Like, they haven't done a good job. You know what I mean? So that's their fault, in my opinion. But as far as, the whole segment with Vince and everything, did you find it, I don't know, how did you guys like the whole limo thing, basically, is kind of what I'm getting at?
Well, you and I watched it together.
Yeah.
It was kind of different. I liked it. Like the tearing the door off, trying to chase Corbin, and then Vince screwing up.
Yeah, and then they showed him trying to put the door back on the car.
That was hilarious.
And then he flips the limo.
Yeah, because he's pissed at the fine, and then he loses the match because he flipped the limo.
Exactly. I mean, it was okay. I like these little segments from, we get different. It reminds me of, I don't know, Attitude Era-ish type stuff, but I guess Braun has flipped shit the last 3 years, flipping ambulances, flipping...
I await the day he flips an entire train.
Yeah, or the building itself, maybe, or the whole ring.
Just flips the WWE headquarters.
Just flipping shit over.
It's going to happen.
But yeah, overall, I think, like I said, we talked about it before we hit record, but I just think that they weren't going to put the title on Braun because, A, it wasn't a good time, and B, they weren't going to have him lose to Brock once again. So
yeah, who's
a credible fan favorite that we can stick in there and have a good match?
Yeah.
I got to be honest with you. I know we're jumping back now, but I want Brock to win this because I want to see Brock defend at Mania against somebody, whether that's Drew or Finn again or Seth, or I wouldn't mind seeing Seth's story completed at Mania, but it is what it is as far as the decisions they've made.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
How about Bobby Lashley wins the IC title on Raw this week?
Yeah, that was crazy. That caught me off guard.
It was a good triple threat match.
It was very good.
Yeah, it was. It was a really
Raw
good
in
match.
general was very good.
Yeah. And, well, that was the first one you've watched probably start to finish in how long, Will?
6 months.
There you go. So, we've talked about, you guys prefer stuff outside of WWE more. And, that's the great part about 2019, 2018, A
lot of options.
Yeah. If you're a pro wrestling fan, it is fucking mental how many different places there is that you can watch pro wrestling. Even with the introduction of AEW now, which might be bigger than all these other options, right? So it's shout out to pro wrestling in general right now.
Exactly. Yeah, it's fun.
But yeah, Bobby Lashley. So good.
Yeah, that caught me off guard. That caught me off guard. I'm not even joking. That caught me right the fuck off guard. I didn't think that belt was I think Ambrose was gonna have that belt till Mania. I'm not joking.
So did I. Do you think they weren't impressed with Ambrose, or do you think this has more to do with the fact that they want to keep the Ambrose Rollins?
It's going to be it looks like it's going to be Rollins versus Ambrose at WrestleMania, and it's probably going to be a street fight or whatever.
We still got 2 pay-per-views before Mania.
Oh,
we
yeah,
still got
Fastlane
Elimination Chamber. We got my favorite pay-per-view, Fastlane.
Jesus Christ.
And
Traffic Stop.
I love that name, bro.
Traffic Stop? I know, it's pretty good. It's not bad.
I don't want to get off topic. I like Fastlane.
They did have Roadblock a couple years back.
Yep.
Hey, shout out. I was there.
Yeah,
Triple H versus Dean Ambrose. World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah.
Want to know a fun fact? Sorry to cut you off about that pay-per-view, actually. That was supposed to be a house show. And then we had our tickets, and then my ticket has the name of a house show. And then they changed it and made it a pay-per-view. So it was kind of cool. We were like, oh, sweet, now it's a pay-per-view. Originally, it was just supposed to be a house show.
Yeah, that's sick.
But
it's different. It's different. It's totally different for me. I think Lashley, more than anything, was going to get. I thought he was going to get the Universal, but not until later on, because until Brock was going to lose. Or
at least this is a step. But
yeah.
And again, I don't want to keep going back to Finn, but that's, to me, like, why didn't Finn have the fucking IC belt for 4 months and then lose it, and then now he can go fight Brock? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. To me, Finn is a great wrestler. I might not be a huge fan of him, and he's kind of small, which isn't my cup of tea sometimes with pro wrestling, but if you build people up the right way, then anybody can challenge anybody. That's the beauty of pro wrestling.
We saw that with Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, in a scripted environment, you can change that type of shit yourself. But yeah, so I keep jumping all over the place. Sorry, but I was excited to see Bobby Lashley finally get a belt again, and I think the payoff was pretty good between him and Leo. Leo's. Yeah. You can tell that. At least I think I can tell when somebody's invested in something. And Leo looks 100% invested in this being Bobby Lashley's whatever I don't know, help me out here. What would you call him? A fucking
little manager, I think.
I guess, yeah. I mean, obviously he's a spokesperson, kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The Paul Heyman.
Yeah, the mouthpiece.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's going to be nice too because he'll have the title for a while because Leo's going to help him win matches and stuff too. So that'll carry on the heel part for a while, and that'll carry on at least 10 to 15 shows in my eyes until something new happens or until after 2 pay-per-views, which is Elimination Chamber, Fastlane. I really think he's going to have the belt to Mania. I really do. And I think
Bobby?
Yeah, I really do because I can't see Ambrose having a feud with him because it's heel on heel and they don't do shit like that. They never do. So
I think the Ambrose Rollins stuff is gonna probably.
I think this is just beginning again. Like I think they're gonna do something with them for time. Like,
I don't want to see them fight at Mania, but it's probably gonna end up that way unless Rollins wins the Rumble. But they might take each other out of the Rumble, and then that might be you always get those storylines in the Rumble match that are 2 wrestlers. I mean, we watched. It's coming out this weekend. Look for it. It's coming out tomorrow. SummerSlam 19. I always say SummerSlam. Jesus fuck.
Yeah, you did.
Royal did again. Royal Rumble 1992. It's because we looked back at SummerSlam 1992. But Royal Rumble 1992. Check out the look back. I forget what my point was. What were we talking about?
Lashley and Ambrose.
Yeah, the Intercontinental title, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't remember what the fuck I was going to say, so forget it. Let's move on.
Well deserved, though. I will say Lashley does deserve that belt.
Yeah. I can't fucking remember what I was going to say, but whatever.
You said you said something about like if you look back at our show that's going to be coming out tomorrow, and then boom.
Yeah, it's gone.
Okay. All right.
If it comes back, I'll bring it back.
Okay, cool.
But that's why we love the roundtable. This is off the seat of our pants.
I love it. Yeah, I love roundtable. Man.
And if you're listening to this, I didn't edit any of that out. So, yeah. Nikki Cross's debut.
First of all, shout out to Nikki Cross for getting engaged actually today.
Did she?
Killian Dane.
Oh.
Yeah. Killian Dane, which I didn't even know they were dating.
I didn't either.
And he said it took 10 plus years. So congratulations to those two. So that's
They've
awesome.
been dating for 10 years.
Apparently, 10 plus years.
Cool.
Yep, so
good
for them. Yeah, congratulations. It's cool. It's cool seeing her up. I asked Nick, I love her so much. Like when Sanity was out and we were talking about NXT, like this was like before I think this is before we even were podcasting, man. I'm telling you, like this is like sometime 2 years ago.
When she was in it, yeah.
And when she was at Sanity, I'm like, yo, I fucking love this chick, man. Like I love this girl. Like if you don't watch NXT, like I'm like, and if you only watch bits of it, you have to watch Sanity. You have to watch these guys. It's just cool. Their group's cool, right? And I liked her. She's an awesome character, especially what she came from. She was just like this normal girl from Scotland or whatever, just like a normal dressed up, like, just a women's wrestler. And then she just turned into the psycho. And I'm like, and at first I was like, you know what I mean? And then after a while, I'm like, okay, this works. I'm like, she plays the part really well. She really does.
Very invested.
Yeah, she is. She very indeed. And I think when they told her about it, I think she got pumped for some reason because she plays this character like it's no tomorrow. Like she plays it like she gets her money. I'll tell you that. She gets her money worth, man, because she does a really good job. And I think she's going to be getting a huge push soon. I don't think they're going to waste time.
Yeah, they made her look very strong in this upcoming match.
Yeah.
Like, she pretty much took out all of the Riot Squad by herself.
That's right. Yeah, she did.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting her to come out at all.
Shout out to Ruby Riot's new hair, by the way, too. Eh? How are you?
It was actually looking pretty good.
Yeah, it was actually not too bad.
Shut up, pretty good. I wasn't expecting her to come out. I got to be honest. I don't know why. I was thinking Alicia Fox, or everybody else was saying Ember Moon, and I don't know why she didn't come to my mind either. But when she came out, I think honestly it's because I was expecting Lacey Evans. But when she came out, I was like, yes. I turned to you, Will, and I was like, this is a good fucking choice. Mm-hmm. Good pick. And you guys talked about her craziness, her intensity. Did you think, I did personally, but did you think that it was just turned up to fucking 20? She seemed even more, which I did, well, I'm not complaining about, but I just mean she seemed even more crazy and outlandish, swinging her arms and all kinds of shit.
That was her first show on Raw.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So I think she was pumped.
Excited, of course.
Very.
Yeah, no,
I
you
think
could
that's
tell.
why.
And I mean, they had that little segment, we'll talk about it now because we'll talk about SmackDown later, but the segment on SmackDown where Rey Mysterio was walking by her. I don't know if you saw this, Will. Backstage, Rey was on his way to his match with Almas. And
Andrade.
Or yeah, whatever the hell they're calling him now. She's behind the cage and like going crazy, like, oh, I'll play, come play with Becky. Fucking yeah, or Nikki, but yeah, I don't know, it was good. I enjoyed the debut for Nikki Cross.
Yep, I agree. What about you, Will? You a big fan of Nikki, or what's up?
Yeah, I like her. I'd have to agree with Nick. It did seem like she was a bit more intense.
Yeah.
But that could have just been like.
Well, it was her first Raw ever, so it's. I just think that she just wanted to show like a lot of motivation. Like they probably told her too, like let's see some intensity, and she's probably like, "Don't you fucking worry," like you know what I mean. A lot of goosebumps going through her, right? So yeah, very very exciting.
All right, boys, I'm bringing Donovan in.
Oh, Donovan, here he is.
Can you hear us, Donovan?
Yo.
There he is.
What's going on, you loser?
What's going on?
I'm in your seat, just so you know.
Hey?
I'm in your seat.
Keep it.
Oh, are we working? Can you hear us, Don?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Will's just letting you know he's in your seat. He's got your mic.
Yeah, keep it warm.
Jesus. God. Donovan.
Yo.
Right now we're just talking a little bit about Nikki Cross right now. I guess we'll get your take on that right now. Might as well. How do you feel about her and what's going on with her right now? Do you think that she should be getting a push, or what do you think?
I don't know. I guess we don't really know what show she's on yet, eh?
No, we don't actually.
She kind of showed up on both.
Yep.
All the new people are kind of on both.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I got to see where she ends up. I think I'd like to see her on SmackDown with the rest of her crew.
Yeah, with Sanity.
And then maybe they could actually do something over there.
Yeah, I agree. I can see them winning the tag team belt and her getting the women's belt actually, and them having like a little thing for a while, like a little stable having all the belts or whatever.
So, someone like her, yeah, she's got enough character that I think she'll do fine in the long run.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. We also talked about just before this. We talked about how do you think
kind of the whole Finn Balor, Braun Strowman situation.
Fuck, that was loud. Jesus. Yeah, how do you feel about that?
Finny boys fighting Brock. Yeah.
Yeah, do you think he should be getting the push, or what's going on, or do you think it should be somebody else?
Yeah, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, you're cool with that. Yeah.
It's a little overdue, right? I think a lot of fans wanted to see him in the main picture for like a while now.
Yep.
This is kind of what my point was when we were discussing it. But
I mean, I still ultimately think that maybe it's just a little distraction, and big old Braun might just win the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I don't know. Younger said that you were thinking that before.
Yeah.
I don't know about Braun winning the Rumble, man. I mean, I don't know how the fans would react to that, to be completely honest. In my opinion, at least. I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that's what I would like. I would much, I don't know though. I mean, I would much rather if him just fought Brock and someone else win the Rumble. I just feel like maybe they're just putting off Braun and Brock for now, and then we're going to just get it down the line.
Ooh, like Elimination Chamber?
No, like fucking WrestleMania.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody wants to see that.
I don't think any of us want to see that. You guys want to hear my hot take on it?
Okay.
Yeah.
I would like for Finn Balor to win the belt, and maybe fucking burn it down, wins the Royal Rumble, and those two fucking have a fucking showdown.
Wow.
Mania.
Wow. That would be something else too. Wow.
For some reason, I just don't think Drew. Like, I know Nick was thinking about like Drew. You're sticking with Drew McIntyre. I don't know. I just feel like I don't know if he's gonna win the Rumble, but I feel like after WrestleMania season, we're gonna see a lot out of him in that Universal title picture.
I didn't even bring this up before too, though. This is for everybody here. They're coming back off injury. What about Owens or Zayn? Are they supposed to be back for this Rumble? Or are they cleared? Kevin Owens apparently lost 50 fucking pounds, or it looks like, from that one photo.
Apparently, from a recent interview, or at least Wrestling Observer reports that while Kevin Owens is kind of cleared to come back, the plans aren't for him to come back until after Mania.
Okay, what about Zayn?
Well, apparently, he also went on an interview recently and said, I don't know why they said I was ready to come back, because I am not ready.
Really, eh? Okay. Well, that's too bad, because that would have been kind of interesting too.
It would have been.
Yeah.
You never know.
I like Donovan. I like Donovan's intake though. I like that. I think I could definitely see Rollins versus Finn at WrestleMania. I really do. And the guys are saying now, like McMahon and all of them are all saying it's for the people now, and they're gonna start listening to what people want to see and what what they were going to want to hear.
They say that, but they still put Baron
very
Corbin
true.
in the main event.
Very true, of course.
Yeah,
because that's a big thing. It's a big thing too, obviously, of course. But
surprise, surprise, these guys want Prince Devitt and Tyler Black in the main event.
Oh yeah, baby. Sorry, I should have said that in the beginning.
Galloway.
But listen, I think that's the way. I think everybody's happy there. You know what I mean? You got two guys that the people like.
Yeah, but
they
I want
kill it. They'd tear it down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I said this to you yesterday too. Before obviously we were recording, but I want some big guys in my big titles. Then, man, like, is Daniel Bryan gonna fight Big Show or who?
Calm down, Vince McMahon.
I'm sorry. It's just World Heavyweight Championships. We're not going into WrestleMania with three guys fucking 220 pounds fighting for the world title.
Since Daniel's back and shit, though.
Hey, but listen here, fucking Big Show. Back when Shawn Michaels and fucking Bret Hart main evented, nobody wanted that either. But those guys fucking, you know what I mean? That's. I'm not comparing them to Shawn and Bret, but I'm just saying
it's not a bad comparison. It's not a bad comparison anyway. Like Seth Rollins and Finn Balor.
I really think that Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles is going right to Mania. I think they're going right at it, right to Mania.
I could see that.
Oof, I hope not.
I'm not sure who.
I think they're gonna tear it down next Sunday. You know, a week from this Sunday, and then that's probably gonna be it. I would imagine, but I mean they could. I don't know. That's a good. We'll talk about that, I guess, more into SmackDown. But Donovan, before we move on to the rest of Raw, what about Bobby Lashley winning the IC belt?
Yeah, it's good. I like it. I'm glad. I hope he does some good things with it. It's unfortunate, I guess, for Dean that he didn't really get to do too much with the title. But
that's what Younger was saying. He was surprised how short the reign was. He thought he was keeping it all the way to Mania.
Yeah, it just kind of takes away from it a little bit. It was short. I don't think he's going to continue to, fight for that title. But when you guys mentioned Kevin Owens, I always thought, Bobby is the one who took out Kevin. Maybe KO is good to go. Maybe he shows up and we get, him and Lashley towards Mania season.
Yeah, it's possible they're pulling a fast one on us. It wouldn't be the first time.
And that would be a good program with Kevin Owens and Bobby Lashley. I mean, everybody would.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that, and like you mentioned, obviously he's the one that took him out. If Sami Zayn was good to go as well, I don't know if he is, but they could both come back and kind of attack him. And I mean, I don't know if you want to have the pair of them again at Mania like they were last year, but I don't know. I don't know. We could see, but I thought it was pretty cool to see the title change on Raw and Lashley. I was just talking more. I like Leo Rush, man. He's really grown on me the last 2 weeks. He's just believable as a motivator, as a manager. He's
a prick.
Well, yeah, but I just mean in a like you're right, but he's a heel. I just mean when I look at him, he's it's not a work to him.
Yeah, no. I kind of have said that from day one. The guy, he always he's annoying. You know what I mean? So he just always fits that.
For sure.
He gets
that nerve.
Role well.
Yeah, and it looks like he genuinely cares about Bobby Lashley winning titles and being successful, and he believes what he's saying. I can't speak the same for him. I mean, I said it to you, Don, when we watched it this week, but I can't take him seriously on 205 Live anymore. Like when no, not at all. Not when he's running away from Seth Rollins like a little kid.
Yeah.
It's like Seth Rollins isn't even a huge guy, and now
when we have Mustafa Ali beating Daniel Bryan on SmackDown.
Exactly. He had a match this week, and don't get me wrong, he can wrestle. It was a good match. It's just I see him come out, and I don't want to go back to me only liking big dudes, but fuck, this guy's small, man. Like, really small. But I guess that's what 205 Live is for, so.
Yeah, at least down there, he's kind of competing with guys in the same realm,
Yeah. Other than that stuff, and me forgetting whatever I wanted to talk about the IC title earlier, you missed that one, Don. It was a
doozy.
Yeah.
Which one?
Oh, no, just nothing. Never mind. Just me flubbing some lines.
Just listen to the show.
Yeah. I think the only other thing from Raw that we should talk about is the women's tag titles and then the whole Alexa Bliss Attitude Era segment with Buddy and his coffee.
God.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about. I mean, as a straight male, I don't have anything against it.
Not at all.
But
oh my Lord Jesus.
Was it needed? I don't.
Yes, of course it was.
I honestly,
come on, Younger. You're really putting yourself down here.
I love it.
Which one are we talking about first?
We're talking about the biggest mark here, all right? I love it.
You're talking Alexa Bliss or the other thing you want to talk about, the women's?
No, I want to talk about Alexa Bliss.
You want to talk about that now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get that out of the way, and then we'll get to the more serious
I
stuff.
don't know why this entire segment, even the talk show, is needed. all it did is introduce the belts, which they could have done in like a press release or something.
Yeah.
It didn't need this Alexa Bliss segment and then having Heavy Machinery come out.
Oh,
I'll go
yeah.
Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, pretty girl.
It was weird.
That
He's
wasn't
fucked.
needed. Like, you have Alexa Bliss, a former, how many time women's champion?
2 or 4, because I think she's won twice on both Raw and SmackDown.
Her character doesn't need this.
No, but she can't wrestle right now apparently because of the concussion stuff. So
I get that, but
I like the idea of the talk show.
I do too. But having someone I get they're trying to put the Heavy Machinery's faces on people's have people see them so that they remember them. So when they debut them, people oh yeah, I know these guys. It's not just some random guy that they've never seen before debuting, right?
It was just really funny how it happened and worked out.
Yeah, but what about the will? I guess it's not much to talk about. The segment backstage with Buddy and the coffee, it was just not needed.
I liked how the coffee cup was bedazzled.
Yeah.
I didn't like how the dude had to knock 3 times and get no answer, then enters the room.
And she's right there.
She's right there.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
She clearly could have said, hey, don't come in, I'm getting changed.
Yeah.
And then makes it out like this guy's a fuck. No, because Will brought that up while we were watching it. He's like, the guy was even knocking on the door saying, I'm coming in, letting you know that I'm walking in now. And she still turns around what are you doing?
It's not like she's on the other side of the room or has music and she's just right there.
Yeah, it was very weird, unnecessary segment. I don't know what they were thinking with that one. I don't know. Don, did you have anything to say about all of it? The talk show, the tag titles, Alexa Bliss's topless segment?
I like those tag belts. Those tag belts look nice.
Yeah, New Japan style.
That's what I said, man. They look like something out of New Japan.
Now it's about time they do something like that with the men's belts too.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. You get rid of the nickels.
Get rid of the nickels and the colored belts.
Yeah. The colors aren't the best either, but I guess they do it for branding purposes. But I don't know. I like those women's ones a lot. I think everybody would probably agree with us.
Mm-hmm. Are they supposed to be for both brands? Because they only announced the one belt. They said it's going to be tournament between both.
Yeah,
it is.
I would imagine either the belt stays on whatever brand wins, or that team is now kind of a floater and they can float back and forth, which it's going to get very convoluted.
Tags.
Pardon?
They don't have a lot of girl tags, so tag teams. So I think that it's going to go with both shows.
At that point, though, merge the men's titles and do the same thing with both just tag belts, and then you've got a women's title, a men's title, and then an inner and a US, and then you've got rotating, wandering tag belts for men and women, that makes more sense. There's 3 tag teams on SmackDown, and they've all fought each other 17 times in the last 12 months.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's true too.
Well, now we have a new one. It's the best in the world and best in the world .2.
Yeah, should we segue right into SmackDown? Because I love segues.
You don't want to talk about the women's match on Raw?
I don't know. I figured we covered most of the.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can if you want to go into it. You obviously have some thoughts.
I don't necessarily want to go into it. I just want to know if you want to cover it or not. Other than the fact that they had a tag match and they fought at the end and they're gonna have a match. It's just usual.
Yeah, I just kind of wrote down the major sticking points from Raw, and I mean if we want to get to some of your indie boy stuff later, then we got to move. We got to move. Becky, yeah,
Becky.
Guess. How about her drinking that fucking crazy drink?
That was the highlight of the show for me.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's what they should have Heavy Machinery
What was it,
doing.
like a muffin and a bunch of cakes and
cake, straight egg,
straight
egg, meat in it,
shell and everything, protein powder.
They have the fucking bucket of protein powder.
Yeah, me and Donovan were watching that together though, and Don, wasn't the best part of that whole thing the fact that Becky wrestled in jeans and sneakers?
Oh yeah, it was great. It's rare you see that shit. She was just ready to go right there. It speaks to her character.
Yeah, and we've seen that twice on SmackDown. Back to my little segue, Miz and Shane.
Yeah,
Shane's like, Miz, why don't you fight? You can do it. We're part of the best in the world. And
what if it's there was some behind the scenes issue where they lost their luggage or something and we just don't know about it yet?
Who's this?
Miz and Becky happen to say take the same flight and then lose their luggage.
You're really getting deep into the fucking
deep now. Yeah,
Will, that's you got any?
You might as well be a writer.
You got any conspiracy theory videos you want to point out our way? Anyway?
No, I should be asking you that.
Well, we'll save that for off air. But
Well,
yeah,
you should do some writing, fucking AEW.
They don't want writers. They came out and said it.
They don't want writers.
They don't want writers.
They don't want writers.
They just want bookers.
I don't know.
Pitch that shit to Raw.
But yeah, no, I don't think. I just like that they take that into account. I hate when there's a wrestler that doesn't. He's not out there to have a match, but he's in his full gear. I said this to somebody this week. It was one of the three of you about Drew McIntyre. I'd like to see him come out in something that isn't trunks and a big leather jacket with spikes. Like, I don't know.
You know what?
I don't have anything against his gear, and I don't know if he's, sorry to cut you off, Don, I don't know if he should be wearing a suit. I don't think that fits his character either. Maybe dress pants and an open Batista Randy Orton 2003
leather jacket,
dress shirt,
like that,
or a leather jacket, yeah. But I just think it. Let me see more about this character. Sorry, Don.
No, but you know what I like about it, I guess, when I thought about you saying that the other night, and I was like, you know what I do like about it for a guy like Drew, really? It means, like,
he's always,
maybe he's always there to fight. He's not there to fucking, you know what I mean, for anything else. He's there to fight and kick ass, and that's what he's going to do.
That's what I had a feeling that's what you're going to say. He's always kind of ready to go. He, at any moment's notice, he could have a match, he could fight.
Yeah.
He's not here to fucking be. I see
where you're
going. My boy Pac.
Yeah,
he's the man. He's the man. He's the fucking man.
Shows up to a press conference in his trunks.
Yeah, that was weird.
Ready to go. He was ready to go.
I just imagine that's how he gets up, brushes his teeth. What am I gonna wear? And he just has like a selection of 18 different trunks that are like all the same. And that's just what he wears. Like he does groceries wearing that.
Not that I want to talk about him, but does he still wear a cape?
No, he doesn't wear a cape.
Okay, I don't know. He wore a cape for quite a while.
Yeah, you're fucked for even thinking that, actually.
He did.
Yeah, I know he did, but no.
No, he did.
I'm just making sure. I didn't know if
he was a face.
If he kept the cape.
He was a face.
Him pointing into the air like.
I think he talked to Edna from Incredibles. No capes. But anyway. I guess we can go back to Becky unless you guys wanted to say anything about Miz and Shane.
No, I don't think so. I don't have anything to say about
I think
Miz
they're
and
winning
Shane.
the belts.
So do I, and Don called that a
sakes.
couple weeks ago, months ago maybe. Don?
Best in the world.
You heard it. You heard it here first.
We're going to say that so many times as a joke that we're eventually going to start thinking it.
Yeah. Well, I always call him best in the world Shane McMahon now. I figure that's his new name. But yeah, Becky and Auska. Becky had a match against Peyton Royce, and then Auska had a match against Billie Kay. But how did you guys feel? Becky was in there a long time. Like they kind of had an even Steven match. I didn't really like that. And then Auska beat Billie Kay in like 3 minutes. And I know they were kind of trying to show each other up, but the fact that Peyton Royce went 2 commercial segments in a match with Becky Lynch to me was like, what the fuck? And I like Peyton Royce and the Iconics. Shout out to them. I told them I wanted to buy their I told them on Twitter I wanted to buy their T-shirt in Toronto, and they didn't sell it. So excuse me.
Thank God. If I ever see you wearing that thing, fuck.
Oh, buddy, that's the next shirt I'm buying, young. I'm gonna slide it in there
right there on the wall,
right there with your Bullet Club shirts.
Signed.
It's gonna
put the
fit right
if you
in.
don't mind
in the display case.
Yeah, but no, anything to say about this segment, guys?
Well, first of all, no. Second one, I'm trying to think here. No. I think it was just whatever. I think they were just trying to cut time and shit. But I think
really?
Peyton and Billy though I think are going to win the belts though. I really think those two are going to win. Yeah, because they're the only two that chill with each other, and they've chilled ever since day one since they came over.
Sasha and Bailey.
I don't know. No, I don't know about that.
Get ready for the return of the Bellas, buddy. That's who's getting those.
You gotta stop doing that. That's your new thing to just like spit into the microphone when you laugh. You gotta change it up, buddy.
Yeah, Will, you gotta change it up, man. Seriously. Like honestly.
That was good.
Hey, Nikki and Brie.
What about?
I told you, Don, I wouldn't be pissed, but everybody else would be.
What about Mickey and Trish?
Oh, that'd be cool. It wouldn't happen, but that'd be cool.
I know I'm joking.
Hey, it'd be cool. It'd be different. It'd be different for sure.
What about Candice and Big Viscera?
What? Didn't Viscera pass away?
Yeah, he did actually.
R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. I forgot about that.
R.I.P. Big Daddy V is right. But yeah, we can move on there, gentlemen. If you don't have anything else to say.
Yeah.
What do you guys think's going down at the Rumble? Who's winning that? I'm curious.
The women's Rumble?
Yeah.
Both.
Both. Becky and Auska.
Oh, Becky and Auska. Oh.
Wow. I want to say Auska because they got Ronda v. Becky versus maybe Charlotte at Mania.
I think Auska's going to win, and I think she's going to come out to what she looked like in back in Japan, where she used to put that zombie makeup on. Did you see that when she used to put the zombie makeup on all the time?
How about we get a serious opinion from you?
All right, no, because she's going to come out all fucking, you know what I mean? Like, you can't talk shit to me, ha. And then she's going to win.
So you think Auska's winning?
Yeah, Auska's going to win.
Clean?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, she's pinning Becky?
Yes.
Or she's making Becky tap?
Yeah, because I think Ronda's going to come out and ruin Becky's match.
So not clean.
Oh, okay, well, that's different. Okay, that's kind of, okay, all right, sorry. Okay, that's kind of different, I guess. But yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think Becky's going to win. It sucks to be Auska in this scenario. I don't know why they put it on her to begin with. I guess it was to have Ronda come out and tip them over on the ladder. I don't know. But I think Becky's going to win the belt, and then Donovan's talked about it in the past. They're probably going to go on to unify those belts maybe at WrestleMania. If we're going to get a no brand split in the future, then they probably need to meld those two belts. My dream match is those two in the main event at WrestleMania, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. As far as winning the Rumble, is that what you wanted to get that too, Don, or did you want to?
Oh no, I was just curious about the title shit.
Okay, yeah, but what about Raw? I know we already talked about it, but is there any chance that we talked about it last week? But is there any chance Sasha can win from anybody here?
I mean, I'd like to think so, but I just don't feel like Ronda Rousey's gonna fucking lose anytime before WrestleMania.
Yeah, no, you're probably right, and it wouldn't be a good idea really to have her lose anytime before WrestleMania, but I don't know. I figured it was something.
Unless there's some fuckery, unless one of the other, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe
Charlotte moves brands.
Gets involved.
Charlotte moves brands and fucks her over.
Right?
I could see that.
Sorry, Don?
Those are all her friends. They're all friends. Sasha, Becky, Charlotte. They're all the four. You know what I mean? So maybe they want to help.
Yeah, and Sasha threw up the 4 on Raw at Ronda.
Personally, I like the fact that I have no idea. Like, I really don't know if Becky's gonna win, Auska's gonna win. I like the fact that I really don't know.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. What about you guys? Sasha? Ronda?
I honestly don't know between them. I think my head says Ronda, but I kind of my head says Ronda because that's what makes sense for like WWE. It's probably going to sell tickets. But my heart kind of wants to say Sasha simply because I want to see what happens. If they were to put the belt on Sasha, I genuinely don't know what would happen.
Yeah, same here. Are you the same, Younger? Or?
Yeah, I already said my opinion.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
Oh, yeah, I already said my opinion before. I was kind of just talking about Donovan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think I said Charlotte's going to come out, I think.
Okay.
Ruin that match.
True enough. How about AJ and the hot dogs? AJ in the hot dog segment? Anybody? I guess, we can move straight on. I mean, fuck.
I just don't have anything to say.
I didn't,
you know
because
what?
I only watched the top 10 now.
Why? What, Daniel Bryan's
I didn't
covered in
mind it.
mustard?
I just thought they were going to do more later on, maybe in the night. I'm surprised there was not more. You know what I mean? To come with it. I thought maybe Daniel Bryan would try and show or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was weird that AJ came out in the first place and interrupted the women and then did a lap of the ring and then fucking walked up the stairs and went out to the concourse. I was like, why did you come through the ramp? That was kind of weird. I don't know.
And stare down Auska.
And yeah, it was strange, but the segment was good, and Daniel Bryan genuinely took me off guard. Like, I wasn't thinking Daniel Bryan was going to be there. Maybe I'm a gullible fan, I don't know, but I didn't expect him to be there. And then you mentioned it too, Will. You saw the top 10 list too. You said it. There's real fans there. There's actual people watching this. So that's kind of cool that they're there, and I don't know. If you guys didn't have much to say, we don't have to spend a lot of time in it. I don't know. I got all the list of shit here, and I like to kind of bounce off what you guys say.
Just ride back, and you forgot your nuts,
What?
Fighting in the you never seen that clip where he fought Kane in the concourse?
He didn't see Rod.
Oh my!
No.
He fought Kane in the concourse like AJ and Bryan did, but at the end of the clip, fucking Ryback picks up a bag of nuts, throws it at Kane. You forgot your nuts.
Oh,
wow.
Well, he likes some of.
Remember that one?
Wow.
Shit. Yeah, I've never seen that, but I don't know. I like concourse segment fighting. Daniel Bryan out there last week chirping the fans and shit with the drinks and stuff. I know we didn't talk about much Raw and SmackDown last week, but I enjoyed that. I just don't know. Again, I've talked about it before. Like, it's just, to me, it's not very heelish, the stuff he's doing. Like, he's making it heelish in being so aggressive. But, like, he posted a video this week about, not eating meat and stuff like that, and all this pig farm and all this. And I'm watching the video and I'm like, this is fucking, for one, disturbing, disgusting. But he's right, and he's a heel, and he's like, I don't know. I'm not a vegan.
That's the interesting part of the dynamic, right? He's a heel, but he has a point.
Yeah, I guess that's one way to looking at it too.
You hate him, but you hate the fact that he's also right.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. How about Naomi and Mandy in the hotel and Jimmy Uso?
Oh, you heard my hot take on that, buddy.
Well, let's hear it, dog.
I told Nick, you guys, that I wanted this fucking storyline to go a little further. I thought Uso was gonna go. He was gonna fuck Mandy. You know what I mean? He was gonna shave his fucking head. He was gonna dump his girl. You know what I mean? I got a whole fucking thing here.
You're fucked.
Yeah, you should have heard him on Tuesday, man, while we were watching it.
God.
Come on, if we're gonna do it, let's go all the way.
Change it up completely. He was saying the Uso should just completely switch, totally change of character. I thought that he should have just said to his brother, like, because they don't talk about him having a girlfriend. He should have just went.
Oh, here's an idea. Because they're like twin brothers, right? What if Mandy gets Jay, but because they kind of looks like Jimmy, she gets the pictures again.
Yeah, I think at this point it doesn't matter with Naomi being there and them fighting all over the hotel room. I think the jig is up on that one as far as getting the pictures, as well as and I don't want to, because I can talk for fucking the rest of the show on it, but so she has a cameraman who they're acknowledging, taking snapshot photos of them, but we're not acknowledging the two cameramen behind her and the audio guy holding the audio mic boom and all of this happening, as well as this is fucking live on TV. They don't need to print the pictures and wait a couple days or whatever and get them Naomi. Like, I'm assuming Naomi knows what's happening on SmackDown. So if she's watching this segment with Jimmy in Mandy's hotel room, she fucking knows. So even if she wasn't there and the whole idea is to show her these pictures, what is she not? She doesn't know what happens on SmackDown?
They don't pay attention. They don't pay enough attention to detail. That's too. You know what I mean? That's asking for too much, I think.
Yeah, that's like luggage getting. You know what I mean?
I'm not surprised, right? You know what I mean? Yeah, like they never take care of shit like that anyway. So maybe one day.
I mean, now that you bring it up and now that I think about it, it would have been better if Jimmy got the card. An episode goes by and next week we get like the clip, but it was like a fly on the wall camera, like a GoPro in the center of the room.
Yeah. That
we don't see, and then they post a video to a SmackDown the next day. Like that would make more sense.
Yeah. Or Jimmy like asks a cameraman like, "Come with me, I want to record this," and like you see that type of shit. Like Donovan's right. They don't think about this kind of stuff, and for me, it's just consistency. If that's how it is, and we're not like, and the wrestlers aren't supposed to acknowledge that the camera's there, then do that all the time. Don't do segments where we are supposed to acknowledge that the camera is there, because then it becomes convoluted.
But then you
in
get kind of like old school TNA where it's like the camera's going around backstage, sneaking around, and it's like it's weird.
I guess it's hard to find that balance, right?
Yeah, that's why I think like the fly on the wall camera would have been a good idea. Like Naomi still could have been there. Like he leaves the room, Naomi comes in, she beats her up, but then it's just this, we have this camera in the corner of the room, and then we still get to see all of it, right?
Yeah, like a security. Yeah, I know what you mean. And she could have said it, or I get what you're saying. But yeah, anything else on that, guys? Do you think this is going anywhere?
Don's fucked. I'm just thinking about what he said. Don, you're fucked. He's gonna shave. He's gonna shave his head and fucking.
Hey, bro, come on. We would have liked that a lot more than whatever. We all know. Like, I don't think this is going anywhere now, other than maybe a match between fucking these two, right?
At Royal Rumble, yeah.
On the pre-show, like.
Yeah, or maybe even after that, like.
A winner gets custody of Jimmy,
or the week after, or some shit.
Yeah, and Will, you're fucked too. Yeah, Jesus, wow.
Yeah,
a lot of fucked up heads here today. Are you fucked?
We'll move on probably to the moment, or the top moment of SmackDown. The match between Rey Mysterio and what's his name now, guys?
Andrea. That's it.
Andrade Cien Almas.
It's just Andrade.
Yeah, they dropped the Cien Almas.
Yeah, I didn't even say his name
the
properly.
Cien isn't even in his name. It was like every time they had Cien, it was in quotes. And not to mention the Cien Almas was the only part of this name that they said in his theme song and Titantron.
Well, I'm sure they'll change the Titantron. I don't know about the theme song, because the theme song definitely works, like the one that he has.
Yeah, I like his music.
Those are the only parts of his name that they say in his theme song, and then they just cut them.
But this match was good, though, no?
Yeah, very good. They said, oh, you guys got 20 minutes, just go for it. And they tore the house down.
Yeah, and I love the fact that Rey Mysterio is wanting to wrestle with these newer guys, and he's willing, obviously, to put them over.
Yeah.
I think it's fantastic. Me and Don talked about it when we watched 205 Live. I want to see him kind of go on 205 Live and have a match with Buddy. I know he just lost to Almas, but if he could do favors for Buddy Murphy, like, that's amazing. They would have an amazing match.
Oh, yeah.
As well as, if I'm Buddy Murphy, I'm saying, what the fuck is going on? I would have rather lost the belt and went up to SmackDown instead of winning the belt and staying here on 205 Live.
Not even doing anything.
You know what I mean, though?
Yeah.
Like, if to see Mustafa and him be the champion, to me, seems weird.
Following your idea, he's just sitting there waiting for Adam Cole.
Well, I mean, I know we're going to talk about the Rey Mysterio-Almas match, but that's the only other thing I wanted to get into is 205. And I said this to you, Don, and you can bounce off me, jump in at any point. But you guys, I didn't get a chance to tell you this. Why do we have a show that's meant for wrestlers that are under 205 pounds, but we don't put the best wrestlers that are under 205 pounds on the show? What's the purpose of this show if we're not going to put the best people in that weight class on the show? You know what I mean? I just don't. And I know you guys are fans of the smaller guys, and it's not that I hate them. It's just put them, do something with it. What everybody's like, oh, that would be blasphemy to put out somebody like Adam Cole or even Finn Balor on 205 Live. And yeah, okay, maybe it would be because the show doesn't have a lot of reach. But maybe that's why the show doesn't have a lot of reach, is because we never put anyone who has real star power on this show. I'm sure the best ratings that show ever had was when Enzo was champion, or even maybe when Neville was champion. But I don't know. Like, do you guys have any thoughts on my question or statement? I don't know what it is, but it's...
I definitely agree. I mean, I hear what you're saying. I've been saying for a while, I love Buddy, but they still need like a star power down there. And even to maybe let Buddy come up and do stuff and interact with other guys and fight on Raw or SmackDown, and it would help him for sure. I'm not saying that he couldn't do it, because he could.
Well, that's what they used to do.
They gotta, yeah.
They used to have 205 Live guys on Raw, but it did nothing.
But they're not allowed to fight fucking anybody over the weight class. Which is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want to say, like, go back to fucking Tajiri or whatever. You know what I mean? Jamie Noble, these guys, Rey Mysterio.
It's one or the other. It's do that like it used to be and have them intermingled in the whole roster, wrestling Seth Rollins and other bigger guys in matches, or put them all there, keep them there, and then put the best guys there, so then all the people that want to watch that kind of wrestling will actually watch it. And then it becomes, oh, did you watch 205 Live this week? Or did you see NXT? Like, it becomes, it's in the same category, whether it is already, as NXT UK, NXT, ROH, AEW, whatever. You know what I mean? It's in that same category.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't want to vent too much, but it was...
Younger, what do you think?
Oh, man. I think they would... If anything, they should try to come back to Raw, because I agree with Nick saying, I just don't think there's going to be... I just don't think there's a lot of viewers in general, because no one just... First of all, I don't think a lot of people have the network. And second of all, people are not going to tune into this at all. But if you're going to tune into Raw that you watch every week, you're going to watch it no matter what, I think, even if they're going to have cruiserweights on there. And I think that's better, too, because I think they can build up star power if they start putting them on Raw and SmackDown, because people can start watching them more, and maybe kids will start watching them and be like, who the fuck is this guy? And, like, you know what I mean?
I honestly
that could work, yeah.
But mix them in, like we were saying, too. So,
exactly.
So Cedric can still have a match against Dean Ambrose.
I agree.
If the case, champion versus the cruiserweight champion.
I liked it when they did it on Raw, because they used to dim the lights in purple, and remember the mat used to say, it was cool. Like,
I didn't like the purple, but I liked the mat.
Oh, true, okay.
I liked the mat a lot, actually.
Yeah, I think mixing them with other superstars would be a good idea. Like when Pete Dunne first became UK champion, there was like, he would come out sometimes and fight a guy on like Raw or
that's right. Yeah, that's right.
You'd be like, oh, cool.
Yeah. Why not? Why can't we get Buddy Murphy in a champion versus champion match against Bobby Lashley?
Yeah.
On Monday Night Raw.
Exactly.
You know, why can't that happen? Who says? So,
like
I said,
they can't alienate these guys. They gotta, like, they treat them like they got three eyes. Like, why can't they intermingle with the other people?
Yeah, for me, I don't care what they do, just don't fucking keep riding this middle line.
Well,
either alienate them and put everyone there, and then that show has everybody that's fucking small is on that show, or completely mix everything.
I think another part of the issue they have is that the way they write the show, it's just like another Raw or SmackDown.
Yeah.
But when we first watched the Cruiserweight Classic, which we all loved, that was a universally praised tournament. It was very just wrestling for the sake of wrestling, right?
Yeah.
If they were to go back to that style of just wrestling for the sake of wrestling, not really having these storylines, I feel like it might be more successful as it becomes that pure wrestling alternative to the story that you.
Dude, I'd say that I tell Donovan and Nick this all the time. That's what I like. I like just. Let's just get to the wrestling match. Like, you know what I mean? I'd rather just see you get in the fucking ring and wrestle. Like, let's go.
Which is, it makes sense. That's why you guys like New Japan more. You know what I mean? I totally understand that. You're going to gravitate to more what's interested in. But
exactly,
which it surprises me about 205 Live, because if I'm correct, Triple H took over 205 Live, no?
Yes.
So that shocks me that it's less like NXT and more.
It's better than when Vince ran it, but it's like, still WWE,
Yeah, but back to SmackDown. I don't know if there's anything you guys wanted to say other than that match with Rey Mysterio and Almas was good.
Yeah, they both when they both come together and do that Canadian Destroyer, like, that's insane.
Which is now apparently unbanned.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was banned. Because it was Power Drivers was gone.
Yeah, but apparently now they unbanned the Canadian Destroyer.
No fucking shit. They should. Get more ratings. You need more ratings back
Apparently the story was Vince saw the move on some show somewhere and was like, well, why aren't we doing that? Like, oh, I don't know, Vince. It's almost like you banned the pile driver fucking 12 years ago.
What? Yeah, but yeah. It was a new leaf at the time, right? They had to turn it into a new leaf, so they just got rid of a lot of shit. And the whole fucking head injuries with football and all that other shit came through. And
a little side tangent. With all the competition coming up now, with New Japan expanding westward, and AEW starting, do you think we're going to start seeing more moves like pile drivers and stuff like that be unbanned? So we could have greater variety in matches.
Yeah, I think
certainly possible. I mean, it'll definitely play, or whatever the saying is, play the hand to WWE, make them have to, if they have to change it up and do different things, then that's what they're going to do to compete or stay the most dominant brand. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, shout out to that move too, the Canadian Destroyer. Canadian. Come on now, like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Who made that up? Who was that? Lance? Was that you, Lance?
I think it was Petey Williams.
Petey Williams.
Wow.
I think. Don't quote me on it, but I think it might have been.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for Raw and SmackDown. Again, thanks for coming on there, Don.
Yeah. What are you guys doing next?
Well, we're gonna get into a bit of the Indie Boys stuff. I didn't know how much you wanted to participate. Plus, I'm gonna have to get you off the line at some point if I want to get some intro or outro music for the boys. But that's how I like to keep it. They know kayfabe here.
Yeah.
But no, if you, I don't keep anything from the listeners. They hear it all. They hear the cans cracking and the bottles.
Been dead since episode 1.
Fuck you, man. You weren't around then.
I don't have to be around for kayfabe to be dead.
Yeah, go hang out with Titus O'Neil.
If you want to stick around, Don, you can. We're probably going to talk for another maybe 5 or 10 minutes, just kind of some non-WWE stuff. Ball is in.
Anybody watch the that Defiant match with Pac?
Is that the one with Zack Sabre Jr.?
No, he fought David Starr.
Oh, David Starr. Yo, David Starr. Shout out to David Starr. Yo, his fucking intros are hilarious on PWG. He's unreal. He's hilarious. Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah.
The Jewish guy? Yeah, he's awesome.
Did you see the match?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I didn't see the match, no. I thought he was talking about Sabre Jr.
Check it out.
I will. I definitely will. I heard about it too.
It's a free match on YouTube.
Is it actually? Yeah, I'm going to check it out. I just can't wait till the Ospreay and Pac one come up. Like, that one's going to be fucking wild.
Yeah, and he's going to fight Walter too. He's a bunch, right?
Yep.
So I like it. I'm just a fan of his shit. So anything he does, I'll check it out. You know what I mean?
Oh, and it's cool too because
introduces me to new guys too. Like someone like David Starr, I probably wouldn't watch on my own time. You know what I mean?
You gotta watch him at BWG. His intro, the guy he has like 1,000 names for him. Like, he just goes on and on. He's like the guy. He's like the man that's awesome at Twitter, and like there's a million things.
Like a million different nicknames they list off before
ridiculous.
They say David Starr.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Like, it's so funny. But
it's good though. I just wanted to throw that out there. Yeah.
Thanks, because I'm definitely
there's good wrestling everywhere right now.
For sure. Oh yeah, it's everywhere right now. Yeah, it's crazy.
We talked about that a little bit actually before you came on, Don. So it's cool that you said that.
And Revolution Pro, by the way, with that match with Ospreay and them, their ring's smaller. I think.
Yeah, I think it's like 10 by 10.
Yeah, 10 by 10.
10 by 10. I don't know about that, boys. That's half
10
the
by 10.
size.
Half the size of WWE. Yeah, WWE is weird in that they have a 20 by 20.
Well, no, and typical is 18, but that's why I'm saying
Is it?
10 is like WWE is bigger than anything else was in the day, which 18 was typical. I think WCW was even an 18. They might have switched.
It might be more than 10 by 10.
20?
I'll look that up though.
Maybe.
That's just really small. I mean, it could be in a pub. I don't know, but that's just really small. 10 by 10. I don't know. Don can speak more to that being in a ring.
Defiance was this ring was 10 by 10.
The Defiant one was a smaller ring too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure that one, the Defiant is 10 by 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, how big were the ones that you were in, Don?
They're same size as WWE.
They're 20. Okay.
20,
I wasn't sure if they were 18s. That's why I just I don't know. I wanted to ask that. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Some of these topics I got for us are not something we can bang out in 5 minutes, but maybe AEW light talk, not too deep because I know how deep we can go down this road. But there's one thing, well, two things I wanted to talk about was Kenny Omega, and just kind of everybody's straight up, is he going? Just give me an AEW or a WWE answer, and that's pretty much it. And then the other thing is, Will, this is coming on to you because you confirmed it last week, and it's not confirmed. It is not the truth. There is not confirmed healthcare in AEW. So I just wanted to put that out into the airwaves we could, clear the slate there. But other than that, just give me an AEW or a WWE from Kenny Omega. I want to start it with my boy Younger here.
Fuck. It's AEW.
Yeah,
I think it is. I think it's official. I've seen too much shit online talking about how he's not going to sign this wicked ass deal that they're going to give him and shit with WWE. So yeah, I think it's AE.
He's staying with the boys.
He's staying with the boys.
My head says AEW, my heart says WWE.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I want to see number 30 in the Kenny Omega.
29. 29.
I want to just fucking
people
jump
over
out
there,
of my...
what's up? If you feel me, say what's up. What's up?
Fuck off.
Anyway, Donovan?
Ooh, I honestly have no idea. I said it before. I want him in WWE. He's because to me, he's
so your mind doesn't.
This guy's. He's my favorite wrestler for the past fucking 3 years. You know what I mean? So why wouldn't I want to see him fight
in your favorite
everyone
company?
Else in the top fucking show? And you know what I mean? Prove that he is like one of the fucking best. Same way AJ Styles came over and has been proven it. Same way I said it before. Kevin Owens, these guys, they've all come over and really shown people what they're worth. I feel like Kenny could do the same fucking thing. But like, if he goes there, I'm cool either way. It's good. It's all good.
It just got me off topic when you brought up Styles. I don't know why. I just thought about it right away. I forgot to ask you guys this earlier. What the fuck is going on with Ziggler?
Well, I don't want to go down that. I mean,
I think he's done. I think he's coming over to AE.
Reports.
Why don't we wait till next week?
Okay. Sorry, that came to my head
right
it's okay.
Now.
I wanted guys to ask you that. Like, I'm not even joking. 25 minutes ago, I just forgot. Like,
yeah, I mean, shout out to me for getting shit earlier too. So
yeah,
we'll let that one simmer for a week. But I agree with Donovan in the sense that I'm not really sure, but I want him to go to WWE. Obviously, I'm more of a WWE guy.
Of course.
But the thing, there's a small caveat with that. I got to be honest. He's got to get treated like AJ. If he goes there,
he will.
Nobody better. And you say he will, like it's a guarantee.
He's gonna be like the highest paid guy.
It is a guarantee.
Dude, he's getting like the highest paid contract. Like,
okay.
I don't know.
I'm just saying we've had one guy come and get treated like that. One guy.
No. I disagree though. Look at the other guys though, man. I think KO was treated pretty well, even
better than AJ.
In NXT. No, but look, he was treated. He has done good things ever since he's come up.
No, but
but those good things came after like 2 or 3 years.
It's not even that. KO had a
roster money.
The guy
not
was
even
barely in NXT a couple months.
No, that's what I was gonna say. Kevin Owens, yeah, he wasn't even. I mean, to the level of AJ. Kevin Owens and none of these guys are on his. AJ was on the same fucking level as Roman Reigns, man. Like, there's little plushes of AJ Styles and cups and towels and all fucking. There's no. You know what I mean? Like, and I know Kevin Owens has merch too. Don't come at me for that. But I just, you know what I'm saying? I want them to treat him like a top star. And yes, they probably will. I'm not putting all my eggs in that basket and saying if he comes, they're going to treat him like AJ no matter what. Because he could end up not like that. And I don't want that. I'd rather him go to AEW for a little while and show up in WWE in 5 years if they're not going to treat him that way. Or, like I said last week on the show, he ends up being the fucking Sting of the current day wrestling, and he never comes.
Just does 2 matches then retires.
Or lays down to a WWE guy in 10 years from now at Mania.
No, the business is different now. There's no reason why he wouldn't get treated like that.
You're right.
Even AJ, to a certain
McMahon
degree, a lot of
still
people got mad when AJ came and
they didn't let him talk.
What did he do? He was fighting Chris Jericho at first.
They didn't let him talk.
All that fucking shit, and a lot of people didn't like that. You know what I mean? But look, soon after, he was in a fucking title match a month later.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, for me, it's the spotlight aspect that I was kind of highlighting, focusing on. But I don't know. Good little. Like I said, I didn't want to go too deep into other stuff, but we can probably close her down there if you guys are pretty good.
Yep, I'm good.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right. Well, thanks for coming on there, Don. We appreciate that. You know, you didn't miss episode 20. I talked about it at the beginning. We didn't know if you were going to make 20. You missed 10, but now it's up to you. The ball's in your court for 30 now. Maybe you can get us on a satellite call from somewhere else. I don't know. But
I'll be there, man.
Thanks.
Be live, Tokyo.
Oh yeah, and I don't know.
Shut up. Jesus. God damn it.
Let the people know your Twitter and all that jazz if you want. And I told them, don't worry, I hyped people up for the Look Back coming this weekend, so they know. Pardon?
You want people for the Look Back?
Oh, I just let the listeners know that we got the 92 Royal Rumble coming this weekend, so coming tomorrow, technically.
Enjoy. Let everyone enjoy. That's a good show, good time. Twitter, just Don44. Peace out, boys. Have a good one. I'll see you all soon.
Stay classy.
Let's rumble.
Stay classy.
Stay fucking classy.
See you, Don.
Later.
All right, boys. Well, the round table as it is, we like to keep it, within an hour or whatever, but I think we had some pretty good conversation this week.
I don't think it's ever been in an hour since I've been on the show.
We're an hour and almost 10 minutes, so it's we're keeping it.
I could go for another 40.
So could I, but sometimes, there's a lot of wrestling podcasts out there, so we got to let the people get used to us before we start giving them 3-hour episodes.
By the way, I looked it up. Revolution Pro's ring is 15 by 15.
Okay. So a little,
Japanese is 20 by 20. States is 18 by 18.
Yeah, aside from WWE.
But besides, why are they 20 by 20?
WWE is, yeah.
That's why they call 20 by 20 podcast. Yes. Shout out to those motherfuckers. I didn't even take that in.
Look at Younger with the segue.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. Don't forget to check out the Wu-Tang of Wrestling podcasts on all of those at 20 by 20 podcast, at Armchair Bookers podcast, at the Deadass Girls podcast, at Wells Mania.
Yeah, take a look, guys. They're awesome.
Yeah, check them all out. Different types of stuff. Like I said, we're all different types of wrestling fans, so whatever suits you, check them out. Don't forget, check out Stringer's podcast as well, Toronto podcast, kind of our buddies down there. Give them a follow. Really cool interviews they've been doing lately. Other than that, give us a follow at PWLookBack on both Instagram and Twitter. Give us a subscribe, a like, hit the 5 stars on iTunes and all that stuff. Don't forget to check out our merch too. If you check out the link in the bio here for iTunes, you'll see it everywhere. The links are everywhere. We're selling hoodies, t-shirts, mugs. If you want some PW Look Back merch, check it out there as well. Check me out on Twitter as well, at Salsa, SCELSA.
Mine's at ZJVY93.
At Lateral G, LATERELG.
Cool. Thanks for coming in. We thank Don for getting in on the phone call. And sorry I had to make you guys talk about WWE for almost an hour straight and not for 10 minutes.
It's all good. No, it's all good. Trust me.
We'll change it up. This is what the roundtable's for, and we'll be back next week as always. Thank you for checking out the Pro Wrestling LookBack Podcast. Roundtable, episode 19. No, episode 20.
20, there you go.
It's Nick sitting here with
Will.
And Younger telling you to stay classy.
There you go. Just for you guys.